Good evening, and welcome to another episode of The Bench Jeweler. Tonight we're taking a look at a Omega Moon watch, and it came in, and I'm going to restore it. And what we have done so far on this thing is, I'll kind of give you a rundown. This is an 861 Omega movement. And it does have some problems, and I'm going to have to take it apart, clean it, service it, and see if I can figure out why the pushers aren't working quite right. The zero set doesn't work, and I think I'm not real sure what's causing the problem, but I'll figure it out. And but I want to get the watch serviced here, and I haven't had time to really sit down, and once you start on it, you want to just take it clear down and finish it. Give you an idea, we'll just gently turn this over. And that is the movement 861 Grano, and a lot of parts to this, but it's a serviceable watch, and I don't see any broken or worn parts, so we'll just have to kind of play it by ear here when I get it tore down. So now we'll just gently turn it back over. Alright. Right here in this little box are the new hands for it. So, and let's see, this is we've polished the case, and the brush effect is on the tops around the surface areas here. It's brushed in between here. It's brushed on the very sides of the watch. See if you can see it's been brushed. And there you see a polish. And I'll point back to that. This is only this area right here is polished. So that's what we did when we redid this. I looked at about, I'll bet you somewhere between 8 and 10 of these, all different years from 67 up to around 79, I think. This is a 74, and it's a 145.022 case. Okay, there's a bunch of parts in here for this watch. Crown and stuff, and I'm going to turn this back over here. Alright, so the push buttons, let's see if I can get closer in here. This is an old push button right here, and you can see, if you I don't know, I think you can see it where it's been ate through. So, and then the gaskets were not very good. So the new ones, which are sitting, let me slide this up here a little bit. There's a new two push buttons, and there's two compression plates that go inside these little pushers. I'll show that to you. That one's just screwed in. There's an O-ring inside of this, inside of here. Sorry about the camera work here. There's an O-ring that goes inside that, and then these little compression plates right there go inside that. And then the springs go down on top of that, and then these screws right here go on the inside of the case. So, and if you'll look at the newer one, you can tell they're a little bit different. The pushers rods are smaller than the old ones. You can see that. You can see that these are no good. The gaskets were wore out of it, or the pusher buttons were not in good shape. The screws are different, and the pusher buttons were totally wore out. So it was time to replace them. And I could only find one Omega pusher when I was doing a search, so that wouldn't work. So I ended up buying two knockoffs, I call they're supposed to work, and they will. I've put them in there. So now that's an old crystal on here, and I got the new crystal, which is an original mega. You just can't. You have to hunt to get one of these too, but I did find one. So, and the band, I will brush affect the band the way the original was. And over here, if you take a look, I re-blackened all the areas in here. Unfortunately, like all the originals I've seen, that black doesn't stay very long. I'm not sure whether they did a different type of how they did the black. I used an enamel epoxy, and it will only last for a half a year probably. I don't know how long that black stayed in on the originals. I've seen a few, that are 40 years old, and some of them still have the black in them, but most it's all gone, and so it's just for effects right now. So, and I'm going to use a little bit of Loctite, which you can see right there, and I'll Loctite these. I'll Loctite I'll Loctite these little pushers in place when I get ready to put it back together. I want to make sure that those pushers work right before I actually Loctite them in. So anyway, that's where we're at today with this. Like I said, I removed all the scratches and the little dings and stuff that were on the case, and repolished it. And then I bought a special brush effect tool to get about the same brush effect that the Mega Factory puts on them. So I think all in all, this is going to be a pretty nice watch once we get her back together. And I hope you enjoyed this little episode, and we'll catch you on the next one when I finish assembling the case and get ready to repair the movement. So thanks for watching, and have a nice evening.